has just left the building. Congratulations to all of you, class of 2015.
May 31st, 2015. An orange cloud hovers above the graduating class. 4 years ago, these students embarked on one of the most difficult journeys of their lives. This journey would prove to be challenging, physically, mentally, and even emotionally.
One word?
One word. If you had to give a word, like an adjective.
Ambitious.
An ambitious.
There's a good word.
Costly.
Lazy.
Not memorable.
Fue sobresaliente.
Energetic.
Uneven. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
A bit challenging.
Hot.
I think the one word I would come up with is adequate.
Adequate. Challenging. Ambitious. Words that describe the graduating class. By people that know them best. We earned these words, and it all started 4 years ago. Some of the most intelligent individuals from Volusia County entered the doors of Spruce Creek High for the first time. Little did they know, the IB program was far more rigorous than they could have ever imagined. Perhaps the most characteristic of this was pre-IB English teacher, Mrs. Holly Ward.
And when you do that, when you help each other, because it's hard, then you learn it better than you would if it was easy and it was forgettable. Mm-hmm. It's not forgettable.
Yeah.
And I think it's really, I'm not just preparing you for IB or for college. I'm trying to prepare you for life. Mm-hmm. You know, have your skills ready and you're organized and you're capable and ready to go.
However, the threat of a common enemy became the hot fire in which students forged eternal bonds. As expected of 21st century America, the students looked to Facebook for assistance. Support groups were created and provided useful support for the students. Their questions were finally heard and answered, sometimes.
Your class was one of the ones that was more community support in the classroom. We were all supporting each other. It was nice.
A prime example of this was from February 14th, 2012. Abby Albert asked, "How do you double space?" To which she was promptly answered, "You press the space bar. Twice."
Granted, lots of academic and intellectual growth, but as people as well, like I said, you've really developed a sense of community among your class.
I remember everybody being nervous, and I was nervous and trying to get all your classes together. So I think it's been fun to watch you guys grow up.
I think there's a number of the senior class that will stay friends for life. That's nice. And then there's Gabe Savage.
Stress was growing, but fun was right around the corner.
Okay, well, one of the best memories was the Victorian tea at Dahlia's house. Yeah, I think it was either the 19th or the 20th. We'd started it a long time ago, which turned out to be the very last Victorian tea that we ever did, and it was a great tea to end on because everybody had a good time.
A testament moment in history that showed despite the clam of work, there was still a hidden pearl of enjoyment.
This was the best year of my life. Just kidding. It was really fun. But I just came to realize just now when I was laughing amongst my peers, and even though we all wanted to die at one point freshman year, we all love you very much. And for people in Gufford, Miss Ward was better.
I think that it defies the stereotype of IB, meaning that you can't be fun and creative and social. And I find that some of the funniest, most creative, most social, most engaging people I know are IB students.
As time moved on, the students quickly assimilated into the Creek life. They participated in athletics, excelled in arts, and even produced their own IB Harlem Shake video. After having adjusted to the workload, the teenagers were able to fully enjoy their homecoming week. 80s Day, Nerd Day, Spirit Day, and even Twin Day all had an abundant amount of IB participants, but nothing rivals the enthusiasm displayed on Senior Crossdress Day. Men dressed as women, women dressed as men.
I think it's typical of, cross-dress days. It really reveals what the males depict women, sluts, and how the females depict the males, thugs. So, it's disgraceful.
I was an American woman, not wearing a whole lot, but I think I really pulled off the blonde hair. If I could pull off transvestite, yeah, definitely.
However, due to its promiscuity, much controversy surrounds this strange tradition.
Some of you nailed it. Some of you made good-looking women. Zod made the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
But Sam looked like Kim Kardashian, and I think Christy killed a few people that day.
I think that it was certainly not hot in any stretch of the imagination. With all of the pale legs that were exposed, it might have increased the albedo, which is the reflectivity, which generally is enhanced by ice caps and glaciers. And as you know, that those are melting now because global warming is proceeding because people are causing it.
I really wouldn't say good. I'm still trying to figure out why.
But yeah, I think it's terrific.
I don't.
You don't?
No. I think that's something that it needs to go.
The reinterpretation of gender that is post-deconstructionalist in a post-feminist 21st century environment was fun to behold.
Day-to-day practices were uniform, but on days such as this one, the natural rhythm of the school was upset. Trench warfare and prom were a few other examples of this disruption, but nothing compares to the events of April 28th, 2015. A friendly game of volleyball. Lawn chairs sprawled across the sand. This was not an outing. It was a senior prank some dare to call a beach.
I thought it was really awesome. I thought it was amazing. The amount of time and planning and just bringing the sand in and
I mean, it was sweet. It was good. I mean, when your administrators are taking part in it, clearly done something that's probably not that provocative.
It was fantastic. It was creative. The beach was great. I liked it a lot.
As expected, controversy did follow.
The beach?
The beach.
Oh, the beach is terrible.
The beach was terrible.
Beach is terrible. Everybody knows the beach was terrible. Hell no.
Hell no.
It wasn't a prank.
We have a beach pretty close. Why didn't we just skip school and go to the real one? Because it's bigger, better.
Because that was like any normal day, like half of us didn't go to school anyway.
Dissatisfaction led to the desire of redemption, creating the hearth for even more pranks.
Yeah, I mean, for a senior prank to be like real, I feel like someone has to get in trouble. Ooh, but that Sparger picture.
I'm not a fan of the beach for obvious reasons. I think I liked one of the other ones better.
The sparks on woman body, that was,
of course,
the boobs, the tits.
However, regardless of the prank or year, IB students always seem to be the ones making it happen.
Only IB students would create a beachscape, get permission, and have it organized.
You guys are criminals, that's what it says.
Criminal masterminds, or?
No.
I think IB students have a little bit more rebellious spirit in them. They're kind of like, you know, they really the system. They really get up in there. You don't like it, you know, just bang, bang, bang.
I think they just take charge of things naturally.
They get together, they have ideas, they want to do things.
I would say that that's a safer bet for the school. There's no bloodshed, and I appreciate that.
Now adults themselves, the students began to forge bonds with their teachers. The teachers could now respectfully see eye to eye with the alumni and share personal anecdotes.
I think how disturbed first period was when I cut my hair. They were seriously disturbed.
I know, I was disturbed.
It wasn't that disturbing.
So yeah, I think you're an incredible group. I really mean that. This room was transformed into a Vietnamese coffee house, and we got to see Nolan Hernandez dressed up as a green coffee girl. So he makes a terrific Vietnamese prostitute. You know, we had a Vietnamese jungle in here. Nikki Fish jumping through the window. I probably shouldn't say that. Your group, for instance, wrote musicals and built a stage in here and filmed the musicals based upon works we had read and studied in class. And again, that's testimony to the uniqueness of your class as a whole. You really
Can I say something crazy? Will you marry me? Can I say something even crazier? No! Get a room. I know the perfect place.
And do you remember that English presentation? Right?
Yes, I especially remember because when you came to the part where you said, "Oh, we need an old woman," you came directly to me.
We're gonna show you a picture. Does that bring back any?
I really would like that watermelon right now. Everything on there is probably stolen from somewhere. You guys probably skipped school to do that. Any excuse not to work.
Skylar's watermelon consumption first period was memorable. Tucker Smith not liking being called Norman Bates for his psychotic 1,000-yard stare. Laura Harms not getting my jokes, not getting much of anything. Me and my rap group, as a pimp who runs the parties and then cross-dresses after killing people. One of the more pleasurable ones, I guess, is Katie Wiggins always laughing at my pointless joke, whereas Megan Bergman always scowled at everything I said. Thought I'd bond more with Matt LaFont, but we're both introverts, so we never talked about it much. Yeah, it's rough. How much I intimidated Alicia. She seemed really scared of me, because she had to bring 4 people into the classroom to talk to me one day at lunch.
After learning each other on a personal level, the students and teachers became more fond of each other.
I love everyone in this year's class.
Okay, that's gonna be a meme.
Oh, Uncle Sam. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Uncle Remus.
There are certain really unique individuals. I mean, obviously, Abdul. There are some really unique, I mean that with lots of love.
We have a lot of students lying about helping out the environment as well, like Abdul.
I'm a huge fan of Abdul. I think Abdul really symbolizes the best that this year's class has to offer.
My niece is Anna Kelly, so I kind of want to give a shout out to Anna.
Shout out to myself for being great. Miss Cooney, because I've had her for 3 years now, and it's been great.
Mine would definitely be Mr. Goldstone. Mr. Peterson's a close second. I mean, at least he tried.
Probably Nick Fisher. Yeah, definitely my good bud, best bud. We're like tight, like.
However, there was some animosity that grew between some of them.
Oh, there are many, but I can't name them on this video.
Okay.
But they know who they are.
Brent Roll, because he did not get me in his class. Actually, no, it's not his fault. Sorry, Brent. It's my fault that you're missing out.
A man is not a Twinkie. Yes, you can't suck the cream out of. I don't know how that came out.
I would have to say Mrs. Mabry for teaching me so much during AP Enviro.
Mr. Roll.
And then your least favorite?
Mr. Roll.
Oh yes, my favorite I think by far is Gabriel Savage because he didn't come.
You've grown up with the senior class.
I have. At least 3/4 of the way.
Most disappointing was Jeffrey Garcia. He came every day, even senior skip day.
As John Blackburn mentioned, attendance was a widespread issue.
I think the lack of attendance, had I known you didn't have to come to class, I think I would have been an IB.
Missing school.
I think you perfected the art of skipping class.
Clearly, the class is not perfect. And so, to help the students, we asked the teachers to give advice the class of 2015 needs.
How about showing up to class?
Show up.
Let's start with that. Turn down, show up.
I guess for the majority of this class, 2015, it'd be in your best interest to know where the unemployment office is. Or learn how to spin signs on the streets. That's, there's demand.
I think you need to get good alarm clocks so that you can attend class, and when you get a job, go to the job every day.
Don't get pregnant, lock your doors in your house, and close yourself off from the rest of the world, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, no, you guys know what you're doing. You got this.
Maybe somebody who's accomplished something should give advice.
Yeah, but Sam Swanson.
Remember, the train of life keeps moving.
In freshman year, you read a poem by Robert Frost called The Road Less Traveled, and that is what I want you to remember. I want you to do your thing. I want you to be unique.
Continue being just as creative and intelligent, the traits of IB students. However, there is too much YOLO this year.
Antes de IB, ¿no? Pero mucho YOLO este año.
Enjoy every moment. It's probably going to be the funnest times of your life. Meet new people and try new things and visit places and, just take advantage of all that you're going to have to face.
Don't kill yourself doing stuff you don't like, because even if you do it, there's no guarantee. At least enjoy it.
Question everything and be real. What you feel is right, it's probably right.
It's funny. Just yesterday, I got an email from a former IB student from many years ago, and she actually sent me a picture of a bracelet she had just purchased on vacation that said, "Follow your heart, but take your brain with you." That's good advice.
While the alumni demonstrated great vigor during their time in IB, little did they know the next 4 years would be the hardest they ever experienced.
That I'm a communist? Who asked this question, Mr. Blackburn?
Yes, I did. I did.
This class made Senor Cabrera retire. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
What is the best way to avoid human contact?
How to avoid it just comes naturally to me. Have a twin sister that's smarter than you, so you've been beaten down and humbled your whole life.
Oh man.
I'm a broken man.
Yo voy a extrañar muchísimo a los estudiantes. Yo quisiera continuar, pero físicamente y mentalmente necesito hacerlo ahora.